As Hollywood goes, so goes the country.
Attitudes in America are changing in general about plastic surgery, mainly because of the way attitudes in Hollywood are changing about plastic surgery.
Because there's no longer a stigma attached to having plastic surgery in Hollywood, people in Middle America feel more comfortable with the idea of altering themselves to be even more beautiful.
The numbers don't lie. Last year alone, there were some 350,000 breast augmentations, 340,000 liposuctions, and 150,000 nose jobs performed in America.
Everything from Hollywood trickles down.
The Real Housewives of Des Moines and Peoria try to follow in the plastic surgery footsteps of their counterparts in Orange County and Beverly Hills.
When normal women look in the mirror, they want that fountain of youth that they see that the celebrities have access to.
America's growing number of desperate housewives are some of the industry's biggest cash cows.
A big portion of my patients nowadays are the 40s women. They've had a few children, and maybe within their personal life things aren't going so well. They're coming in, they want to have a whole makeover.
Plastic surgery is a way for single, middle-aged women to even the playing field. They find themselves in the dating scene going up against younger women, and plastic surgery helps them look better and feel better about themselves.
Single women between the ages of 31 and 50 represent nearly 40% of all the procedures performed last year in America. Plastic surgery is a big part of the recently identified cougar subculture.
Cougars are now venerated, they're admired. It's this whole group of women in their 40s and 50s who now have a second chance at love. So with plastic surgery, they look as if they're in their late 20s and they're getting right back out there in the single scene.
I mean, they have the technology to look better, so why not date a studly guy who can keep up with you? You know, you gotta go where the going's good.
It isn't the big secret. I mean, oh, I'm going to go for a lunchtime peel or a little bit of Botox, and people are just, you know, it's just like talking about the weather.
For a lot of people, Botox, it's just like brushing your teeth. They have no problem with sticking a needle in their face.
According to the American Society for Aesthetic Plastic Surgery, Botox injections are the most popular cosmetic procedure of the millennium, up 82% over the past 5 years. But too often, the side effects are not even considered.
They don't tell you the full story. You can end up with eyes, different shapes, your eyebrows like this. You know, Botox A is a toxin, B, it doesn't really last that long, so it's only a temporary fix. And C, if it's not done correctly, you can be disformed.
One time I had Botox injected in my mouth. It was bad. My lips were so big, they looked like inner tubes stuck on my face, and it hurt like
I don't beat around the bush when I talk to my patients about Botox. I tell them it is a toxin, it is made from a bacteria.
When injected improperly or in the wrong amounts, Botox can be more than just painful. It can lead to prolonged cases of paralysis and, in some extreme cases, even death. According to the FDA, between 1997 and 2006, 180 patients developed life-threatening conditions after being injected with Botox.
The problem is sometimes these doctors aren't necessarily licensed to practice, and who knows what kind of Botox they're getting.
These are professional medical procedures that should be done in a medical office by people that are board certified and adequately trained.
Botox is what we call a gateway drug. People come in from all over, they have their Botox, it's easier than going to the dentist, and that allows them to feel okay having other surgeries done.
Botox is definitely a step towards the wrong direction. I started off with this little thing, and then you start seeing the results and thinking, I can change my figure then.
Just as the cosmetic craze is trickling down from celebs to regular folks, it's been passed on from parents to their kids. Inspired by Hollywood and bankrolled by their parents, young people are getting more and more cosmetic surgeries.
Last year, over 200,000 teenagers underwent a cosmetic procedure.
It's like a rite of passage that when you turn 16, you either get your nose done, you get a boob job.
Close to 10,000 breast augmentations were performed on girls 19 and under last year in America, an astounding 388% increase from 10 years ago.
When your idol gets plastic surgery, you feel more inclined to at least explore the idea of plastic surgery.
But there's a big difference between wanting to be like your idol and wanting to have the same exact face.
Patients often come in to see me for consultation with photos of celebrities that they want to look like. And this is very similar to that show, I Want a Famous Face, that was on MTV. Patients bring in photos of celebrities to kind of pick out some of the characteristics that they like.
It's like being a stalker, but instead you're spending thousands of dollars to get their, like, nose and lips and face.
The problem is that teens are not mature enough to make this type of a serious decision. So it's very important for teens to realize that if you're going to consider having a cosmetic procedure done, this is a life-changing type of a thing.
The decisions that you make when you're 16, you might not feel the same way when you're 18 or 21.
And what better way to prepare your kids for Plastic Surgery Nation than to teach them the cosmetic birds and bees when they're in grade school?
There's an actual children's book called My Beautiful Mommy explaining plastic surgery to children.
It's sort of this oh my God moment. You know, here we are teaching, grade schoolers that plastic surgery is okay.
You know what, it's probably a good idea to have a book out there, because when my daughter saw me, she was like, who are you?
This book is written by a plastic surgeon. I mean, does the guy have an agenda? Yeah, I think he has an agenda.
The problem with this book is that it does create hypocrisy and also can alter the self-image of really young children. Mommy may tell little Timmy, Timmy, I love you just the way you are, but Mommy hates the way she looks.
I think it should give people pause.
Next, a celebrity